President Bola Tinubu upbeat Nigeria will eventually extirpate terrorism and other forms of insecurity. The Federal Executive Council approves concessioning of Port Harcourt International Airport and other critical projects. The Senate confirms Kingsley Tochukwu Ude from Enugu State as a Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Hello and welcome to the late evening news at 11 on NTA News24. We're reaching you live from Abuja. I am Comfort Fashion. We start from the State House, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has again reassured that his administration is taking necessary steps to ensure that Nigeria defeats terrorism and other forms of insecurity. President Bola Tinubu gave the assurance during the meeting of the Federal Executive Council. State House correspondent Musbao Denwahab reports.
The Federal Executive Council meeting came to order to fill the hitherto ministerial vacancies created in the Council. Following their nomination and screening by the National Assembly, 2 new ministers designate were primed for inauguration. Bernard Doro from Plateau State replaces former Humanitarian Affairs Minister Nentawe Yuwada, who is now the APC National Chairman, and Kingsley Ude, a former commissioner from Enugu State, is taking the slot of Enugu to replace the former Minister of Science and Technology Uche Naji, who resigned recently.
Of my duties as Minister, so help me God.
Then, in an unusual circumstance, came the usual assertive voice.
The most important thing is
President Bola Tinubu would for the first time react to the current situation occasioned by the threats of military incursion by the U.S.
Despite the political headwind and the fear of our people, we continue to engage with our partners. The success of the 2.3 billion bond subscription, oversubscribed, is the most at this stage. So the task ahead is immense. We are engaging the world diplomatically, and we assure all of you that we will, defeat terrorism in this country. The task ahead is immense, but it's our resolve to move forward with unity and purpose, guided by renewed hope agenda to build a prosperous, inclusive, and resilient Nigeria.
The President also yielded the floor to the Coordinating Minister of Finance and Economy, Wale Edu. The Coordinating Minister gave updates of economic progress, including the growth of GDP by 4.2% in the second quarter of 2025, growth of 13 major sectors by 7%, growth of industrial sector from 3.72% to 7.45%. Foreign exchange reserves topped $43 billion, while trade surplus hit 7.4 trillion naira.
Yesterday's hugely successful 2.35 billion euro bond issuance, in which the order book peaked at over $13 billion, is a testament to continued investor confidence in our country and our reform agenda and Mr. President's leadership.
He assures of sectoral commitments to the $1 trillion economy envisioned by the government as they prepare for the next phase of the reforms.
The next phase of reforms will remove barriers holding back investors. We will review tariffs and import restrictions to stimulate productivity and investment.
The minister believes every naira must be optimized to sustain momentum amid global liquidity constraints, while the government continues to harness local resources to strengthen the economy. From the State House, Musbah Wahab, NTA News.
The Federal Executive Council has approved the concessioning of the Port Harcourt International Airport alongside approval spree for infrastructural projects across the country. A State House correspondent, Musbah Wahab, has more on the decisions of the Council meeting this Thursday.
After deliberations at the 9th meeting of the Council for the year, Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris picked up as the chairman for the briefing session.
But there is no any panic mode here. We are responding responsibly, steadily, and in the interest of our country, also, taking into account the concerns both from within and outside this country of what the situation in this.
Minister of Works announced Council's approval for 11 memos of 2 awards of contracts and 9 for review. The 9 existing contracts approved for review and continuation include sections of Old Enugu-Onitsha Road and the East-West Road, while the new contract awarded included Section 3 of the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway.
The 2 started from the beginning of the route. This third section started from the end of the route. And that is from Badagry, which is in Lagos State, going to Ogun, and from Ogun to the border between Ogun and Oyo State. And the total kilometer is 162.97 kilometers. And it's awarded for 6 lanes and for use of reinforced concrete pavement for a contract cost of 3.39 billion per kilometer.
Similarly, FCT administration got approval for the ratification of construction of residences of heads of courts in the territory and the renovation of the International Conference Center, now Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center. It also secured approval for the contract of provision of water to satellite towns along Karu, Orozo-Karushi area, as well as the engineering-proof infrastructure projects in Maitama 2.
Most people have allocated that land before this administration, but no provision of infrastructure. So the President Council today approved that contract, and by the grace of God, this is one very ambitious project that the FCT is backing up on. We believe, by the grace of God, we are going to give it all it requires to see that district is opened.
The Council approved the exclusion of properties of the Federal Airport Authority in and around airports in the country from disposal to private individuals and the concessioning of the Port Harcourt International Airports.
We will concession the airports. They are running at a loss. We cannot continue to waste government money. They will not lose their jobs. That's the message to the union. I repeat it again, no worker will lose his job as a result of the concession.
There are now approvals for the establishment of tourism and cultural economic zones and the adoption of tourism brands across the country, including the emerging Dirty December in Lagos.
For Dirty December, we have asked the President to establish a presidential task force on Dirty December that will allow all the different interdependencies that we need, the different MDAs, aviation, interior, power, that we need to ensure that we provide the international community with the destination for Dirty December.
The Council also sanctioned the modification of the Presidential Council of Tourism Promotion and Investments. From the State House, Musbah Wahab, NTA News.
Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima has charged world leaders to move beyond pledging to performance and from dialogue to taking reasonable action in tackling climate change and its attendant natural disasters that have claimed innocent lives and rendered many homeless across the globe. He stated this during the Leaders' Climate Summit at the ongoing 30th Conference of the Parties in Berlin, Brazil. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jabrila reports.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, representing President Bola Tinubu at this annual climate conference, received by the Brazilian President Lula da Silva, reaffirmed Nigeria's global climate leadership with a commitment to achieving an emission reduction targets of 32% by 2035. The unveiling of the National Carbon Market Framework and Climate Change Fund forms the core of Nigeria's climate finance architecture, designed to attract billions of dollars in clean energy and adaptation investment.
Through these efforts, we are empowering small businesses, promoting clean energy, and transforming agricultural waste into opportunity. Nigeria's geography, from the Sahelian plains in the north to the mangroves of the Niger Delta, reflect nature's generosity and reminds us of our responsibility to preserve what sustains us. This is why we are investing in climate-smart agriculture, livestock transformation, and sustainable land use practices that reduce conflict over resources and enhance food security.
Brazil's President Lula da Silva said it will take a collective effort for the world to fight climate change, emphasizing that fighting climate change must be a priority for every government and individual on Earth.
At COP28 in Dubai, countries committed to transition away from fossil fuels. No more greenwashing, no loopholes. We must turn that committing into action while supporting low and middle income developing countries that are highly dependent on fossil fuels.
Nigeria's third national determined contribution, validated and submitted in September 2025, outlines the country's comprehensive strategy across energy, agriculture, transport, waste and industry, as the decade of gas strategy remains pivotal in powering the transition, balancing natural gas utilization with expanded solar and off-grid electrification to drive rural energy access and sustainable development. From Belém in Brazil, Abdurrahman Jabrila, NTA News.
In a fast-changing world where digital technologies are shaping progress, women must be equipped with the right tools and knowledge for them to continue to be agents of change in their families, communities, and the nation. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu stated this at the closing ceremony of the Women in Tech Training Program organized for 300 female entrepreneurs by Renewed Hope Initiative in collaboration with Huawei Technologies Company. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo completes the story.
Their journey into the digital world began around April last year when the Women in Tech Training Program, set up by Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu through our Renewed Hope Initiative in collaboration with Huawei Technologies Company, provided a platform for this cohort of 300 participants from across the 6 geopolitical zones to learn and adopt digital tools. The successful completion of their training, the First Lady says, marks another milestone in the efforts of Renewed Hope Initiative to bridge digital gaps by offering training and other incentives for female entrepreneurs to contribute to national development.
The participants in this group reflect the diversity and strength of Nigerian women, ranging from university students eager to step into the world of digital economy to business owners seeking to expand their enterprises through innovation to help them thrive in today's evolving technology-driven world.
While applauding Huawei Technologies for the collaboration, she says the ultimate goal is to support the agenda of the federal government for inclusive growth and digital empowerment for all Nigerians.
Your biggest strength is your ability to keep learning, evolving and adapting to new trends available for your growth in technology. Use your new skills to solve real problems in your various communities, because true innovation is only valuable when it improves lives. I charge you all to mentor others in your various businesses. Be a guide for young girls and women who think technology is not for them.
We are all ambassadors of digital empowerment, and you carry with you the torch of innovation and the promise of change. The renewed hope is not just a slogan, but it is a reality where every Nigerian woman can dream, learn, and lead without limits.
Use this certificate as a key to the world. Use it to build your product.
With their certificate of participation and starter packs in hands, they stand at the threshold of the digital world, ready to unlock doors of opportunities as innovators, able and willing to build products and solutions.
So we were taught how to use AI to generate our own businesses.
It has made things very easy for me. In my research work, it helped me a very lot. Even in my teaching.
I want to expand it to other people too that are not from Nigeria, that are not from Imo State, that are willing to have an virtual class.
Apart from this cohort, RHI partnership with other organizations, including the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, has served to promote digital inclusion for women. From the banquet hall of the presidential villa, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
You're still on to the news at 11 on NTA News24. We take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Happy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections, classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
The only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Arisco tomato paste and products.
100% natural tomato. Better food now.
Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
This is NTA News 24.
Thank you for staying tuned. Now, 15 Nigerian universities have received engineering design software from the Nigerian Society of Engineers in collaboration with Midas of India. The initiative is aimed at improving practical learning and enhancing innovation among engineering students across the country. Ayodeji Makinde completes the story.
From the magnificent Burj Khalifa in Dubai to Saudi Arabia's Kingdom Tower and the iconic Beijing National Stadium, engineering excellence around the world is being driven by technology and innovation. One company contributing to that global transformation is Midas IT, renowned for its advanced civil and structural engineering software. Through a partnership with the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Midas IT is donating software valued at $17.4 million to 15 Nigerian universities, with the goal of providing students with practical exposure to global engineering standards.
We would ensure that our engineering graduates are well prepared to function effectively and confidently in the professional space from the moment they leave the university.
For students or any children, what we need to do is we need to give them the right tools. Once the tools are given, they themselves will try to learn.
We want our products to go out there and multiply and be able to take on those who are coming after them in industrial training.
With installation kits and training already underway, the initiative signals a renewed hope for technological advancements as Nigeria positions itself for greater relevance in the fourth industrial revolution. In Abuja, Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
All hands must be on deck to keep roads safe. This is a message of the Court Marshal, Federal Road Safety Corps, Sheikh Mohammed, flagging off Embat Safety Month's Town Hall meeting in Port Harcourt, River State. Ifeoma Omesa has the reports.
The Federal Road Safety Corps Marshal says the dragnet must be widened to involve all stakeholders and warned commercial drivers to stay in step with the safety message during these Ember months. The campaign aims to help reduce road crashes to the minimum. The Corps Marshal urges road users to adopt attitudes and behaviors that promote safety and preserve lives.
The whole thing we're doing is preaching about, being alive, being safe, and then to save lives. Because it's a collective responsibility, it's a shared responsibility that everyone must have a deck, must have a say, to partake and make sure that we reduce the crash.
Assistant Corps Marshal Harry Banamisia and representatives of the state government applaud the campaign as a good reminder to all road users to be disciplined.
It's not just the duty of law enforcement officers or traffic regulators. It is a collective responsibility that begins with you and me.
Our roads continue to pay fatalities, injuries, loss of properties, and other tragedies. These are mainly attributable to human negligence, error, and action, sometimes voluntary, sometimes involuntary.
Goodwill messages were received from stakeholders emphasizing the need for road users to take responsibility while on the road. In Port Harcourt, Ifeoma Omesa, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has already secured the confidence of Nigerians through the implementation of policies and projects that directly impact on the people and felt across the board. Director General of the Tinubu Support Group, Dr. Umar Tanko Yakase, stated this at the unveiling of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu word-to-word grassroots. He expressed optimism that Nigerians would overwhelmingly support Tinubu for another term in office as he charged foot soldiers of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu word-to-word grassroots to see their assignment as a national call to duty in advancing good governance through dedication in selfless service.
In everything that TSG is doing,
Ondo is for Ashwaju, and that's exactly where all of us are going for in Ondo State. I can assure you that 90%, if not 100%, 99% vote will be delivered to Ashwaju.
People at Word is a grassroots support group structured in all the 36 states, including FCT. Our main work is the Renewed Hope agenda.
Members of the support group praised President Tinubu for what he described as his inclusive leadership style, which inspires their commitment. National Women Leader of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Mary Alele, has called on the National Assembly to pass the reserved seat bill into law, emphasizing that with the bill, Nigeria stands at the threshold of a historic transformation that will redefine democracy through genuine inclusion and gender balance. Alele, who commended the leadership of the National Assembly for promoting the cause of women, Nigerian women rather, stressed that women were not asking for tokenism, but fair representation, the opportunity to bring women's perspectives, empathy, and innovation to national decision making.
In both houses, there's no two ways about it. And if you take the Senate, for example, 109 members, and you have four over 109, is that passed? Yeah. So you need a name to pass the bill. So that's why we cannot take them for granted. That's why they must be celebrated. That's why when they lend their voice to our cause, we must respect them. And we must appreciate what they are doing. So therefore, let's clap for all our he for she.
Nigeria, once considered a high-risk nation for wild poliovirus, has maintained its polio-free status since 2020. However, Rotary International and partners say vigilance is key, particularly in strengthening routine immunization, surveillance, and community education. Alika Opanacharua reports.
It was a gathering of hope and commitment as Rotary International and partners visit Amak Primary Healthcare Center, Lugbe, Abuja. The visit, which underscores Rotary's continued partnership with government and health agencies, is aimed at ensuring no child is left behind in the fight against preventable diseases, reaffirming the organization's global mission to eradicate polio and improve health outcomes for mothers and children. Rotary International Trustee Chairman says focusing on strategies to sustain the gains made in polio immunization is paramount.
Even if we kicked polio out of Africa 5 years ago, so we have to make sure that newborn children are being vaccinated. As long as we see a single case in the world, our children are not safe. So all of us has to make sure that no child ever will be crippled again.
Beyond immunization, the visit also spotlighted Rotary's maternal and infant health initiatives, including support for prenatal care, safe childbirth, and nutrition programs that are saving lives in rural and urban communities alike.
We have reduced maternal and child mortality with over 28%. And this is our third year in the project. It's actually our desire that by the time we are done, no mother or no child will perish.
Stakeholders believe with continued collaboration, Nigeria's progress in public health will remain a model for Africa. In Abuja, Alika Opanachi, Arua, NTA News.
And that concludes the news. Thank you for being part of it. I am Comfort Fashion.